Assalamu alaikum. Good afternoon, Facebook viewers and listeners. Emmanuel Suleiman Suare on Facebook. Ñëw pour discuss the updates yoo xam ne ñu ngi ko am from the security situation bu amoon Kanilai on Thursday. From luñ jëlee from the economic spokesperson, mu ngi throw a light and is opening more questions or mu ngi confirm our fears. And dafa mel ni authorities ñu ngi bëgg a play down what is happening. Either dañ bëgg a deny the fact that it's happening, ndax dañ bëgg a or dañ understand that this is actually true. It's a fact that there's a problem boo xam ne dañ ko war a tackle te dañ ko war a tackle professionally, make sure to escalate to anything else. Léegi wax nañ ne we had a dictator bi du génn rek dem rek dëkk bi mel nu mu war a mel. Buñ foog ne we can get away génne dictator bi mu génna and ñu am suñ dëkk bi nuñ ko buggee without look into that army bu baax génne fa ñu fa warata nekk yëpp jël that size of that army wàññi ko to the size bu mu war a nekk ba pare xool loo xam ne fa lañ war a tegu ñu teg leen fa su nekkee ne defuñ loolu ñu ngi créatal suñ boppa problème moo tax just a short video la ndig dañ bugg a Gambians yi wax seen MP seen members of parliament because of nekk na loo xam ne di executive dafa mel ni ñu ngi bugg a nuba wala ñu ngi bañ deny the fact ne there's a major security issues concerns yoo xam ne war nañ ko address. Léegi responsibility la ñun citizens ñu make sure this awareness mu dem through our representative démocratie bi loolu la laajte suñu MPs yi taxaw laajte luy dem on at fan la ñoo nekk dem si army bi lanaay di problem with this army and ñu waxtaan si biir loolu dafa am few questions yu ma bëgg rek ñu laaj ko and suñu laajte questions yi dinañu wax fu ñoo jëm at léegi ndég di economic commander lu mu wax according to the freedom interview bu mu di joxe ma read according to the mu ne commander admitted that lack of communication between the troops contributed to this showdown which left 2 Gambian soldiers injured. The 2 soldiers sustained gunshot wounds. The Gambia Armed Forces have deployed troops around the Kanilai area, to be specific, close to the residence of the former president, Yahya Jammeh. We also have troops in Buyam, which is also close to Kanilai, and those troops have oversight responsibility over Kanilai and the general area. So I think the Gambian Armed Forces are having an exercise. I think the Gambian Armed Forces are having an exercise or an operation in that general area, and they did not want any interference from any other person. Okay, the reason you am economic in the country because of the lack of trust in the armed forces. Then, conflicting reports you nekk di génn from the Interior Ministry, bu nekk génn fi Gambia Armed Forces spokesperson bi, and the conflicting report bu génn from the spokesperson of the economic. The spokesperson of the economic wax joxe na obvious facts here. There are Gambia Armed Forces soldiers at Kanilai. Exactly why they are there, because you feel that they shouldn't be there. Kanilai is as any other Gambian village. Any other task to do there, we want to spell out clear. Why? What they say we know that. What you know, you base Buyam. Last time you base Buyam, it's because of Kanilai. Don't you babysit a problem. Last time you base Buyam, they will base Kanilai or gain the threat or whatever lu nekk Kanilai gain ko fa. True, waxuma forcé. I'm not looy approach security issues. Mun nañoo jël approach ko psychologically them use the waa Kanilai address the problem. But then there's a more serious problem. Lu tax ñoom ñu toog Buyam ba tey di bàyyi seen xel Kanilai, there's a more serious problem. Ba pare mu ne ñoom am oversight to Kanilai. But lu ñu war a laaj suñu boppa Mune, I think this is a very experienced serviceman. Te soo gisee ñu appoint ko as a spokesperson war xam na lu mu wax. Mune, I think the Gambia Armed Forces are having an exercise. I think. He's not sure what the movements were. Lu moo jëma wax ne xam na ne there's a movement, an exercise or an operation. An exercise or an operation. Lanai the difference between an exercise and or an operation. Exercise is practice to prepare yourself or whatever. Operation moine you have a objective to deal with. An exercise or an operation in that general area, and they did not want any interference from any other person. They did not want any interference from any other person. Who are those? Who are those persons? Who are those persons? Bugun bench interference from any other person. Who are those persons? Are not. That's a question to be asked. Nick. So for economic neke, ñom ñu wa am concern. Ñom Gambia Armed Forces would be based in Kanilai. Lan lañ am to do an exercise. Moo tax ñu war a laajte, what's the approach? Well, lan ay suñ approach to deal with these security issues. Lan tax ñu am exercise at Kanilai. Lan tax ñu nangu ñu regroup Gambia Armed Forces soldiers without vetting them, def the other things you want to def. Disarm them, vet them, and restructure them. Ñun Gambia Armed Forces soldiers yi la loolu lañ ñëw exercise you want to def rek mooy seen physical fitness for their health. But amul benn military engagement boo xam ne war nañ ko accept fu mu ne nii those are that armed forces def ko until the new republic respect nañ understand nañ ne am nañ di command am nañ di army we deserve then bu boobaa ñu dellu seen normal functions. di economic dañ fa nekka to jox ñu security guarantees su nekkee ne dañ am economic nekka fa ñu am the parallel of the Gambia Armed Forces boo xam ne mu ngi filled with criminals waxuma ñëpp de because ñun xam nañ di loyalists of Yaya. There's a situation there. Moo tax pour economic command bi di wax ne an exercise or an operation is a worrying situation. Moo tax ñu bugga the members of parliament because of fu mu ne amatuñ dégguñ lu ñu bugg a dégg from the executive dégguñ lu ñu war a dégg from the armed forces fu mu ne nii ñu ngi am mixed messages from the economic dañ bugg a member of parliament ñoo xam ne ñun ñoo leen tànn teg leen fa ñu dem or executive bi to task. Moo tax ñu ne bu ñu doon wax mbiri vice président bi addu vice président dafa am lu moo def di security council amuñ ko ni kon security council bi tey nañ doon war a taxaw seet lii du benn nit moo koo faj dafa am approach dafa am mécanisme dafa am structure yoo xam ne wanoon nañ koo teg pour def lii but mu continue mu ne and so our troops were supposed to have cleared this with the Gambian Armed Forces first before even going there, and that's what happened. We are trying to find the reason for their coming. That was what caused the misunderstanding. This is another for xam ne am na loo xam ne mu ne how did they know? How did economic know there's an exercise on operation likely to happen? But xamuñ ko through official channels. ñoom bon the economic spokesperson mu ngee ne they didn't know of this operation through official channels. Demu through a liaison officer boo xam ne there's a mechanism so amee joint operations pour avoid conflict pour smooth low communication pour avoid miscommunication. The operation yëpp communication la moo gën a important soo ko lose you lose everything. But how did they know? That's the important point. We'll come to that. Lanata Gambia Armed Forces bi lan la ñoo def Kanilai ba di war a conduct an exercise or an operation boo xam ne economic ñu ngi buyaam yëguñ ko. Who is there to coordinate? Who is the command at Kanilai? Command bu nekk Kanilai si kan la moo jël ordre sam at already laajte nañ question bi why need for exercise in Kanilai? Why need what operation with them Kanilai without the knowing of the economic? The economic yëg nañ ko through another source. Will come to that. But after it was clear, so everything have moved on smoothly. There are no other problems happening there. He added, "This is not true. Though Muna Regne, because an incident like that happened, there's no other. What caused the incident is not been solved. Then there's still a problem there. Unless new commission an investigation and a conclusive report and gain all the threat or anything in the misinformation be, there's a problem. Then when there's no problem." When he explained what transpired, I can say there was no exchange of fire between the two groups. Though I can say investigation is still ongoing. Yes, there's no exchange of fire, but two soldiers sustained injury. How did they sustain an injury? And we have conflicting reports onto that, in fact. But I can say categorically that there was no exchange of fire between the two groups. A comic, he said, is not going to accept or take responsibility for incident. No, we will not. Like I said, investigation is still going. The security situation have been brought back to normal. Every operation is ongoing. We will not accept responsibility for whatever. It was just a misunderstanding between the troops. There was no serious issue, and these two groups are two armed forces personnel who have been operating together. So if something of that sort happened, it should be trashed out. There is no serious issue there. No, said Lieutenant. No. D'accord, spokesperson, there's a serious issue there. There is a serious issue. There's a video that came out. The whole video, Yangi is a group of so-called villagers. Okay. The video, kuko diga am kena kuy lak olof. Muy wax ne nañ génnee di station officer, fire service station officer bi Kanilai. Nick moo nekk di report activities in Kanilai. That is disturbing. Then su nekkee ne we go by that video, live video boobu feed bi, and kana nekkoon behind that live video feed. Dine ku nekkoon behind that live video feed is between the disturbance, because they were aware of them on Jelko, and it was clear in the feed. Mu ne nañ génne di station officer boo xam ne fire service station officer bi moo nekk di report the activities in Kanilai. What are the activities in Kanilai? Loo xam ne ñoom dañ koo nuba. Su nekkee Kanilai like any other village in Gambia, man activity moo fa war a nekk loo xam ne du ñoo nuba, lu illegal rek la ñoo nuba. moo tax ñu ne naka la that person xamee ne station officer bi su nekkee ne I'm not sure, I'm saying su nekkee ne station officer moo ko wax naka la ko xamee. But we xam nañ ne somebody tip off the economic base in Buyam. Someone tip off them ne am na activities yuy dem in Kanilai which are worrisome. Then because of that ñoom ñu ñëw attend. Demuñ woon pour search, demuñ woon pour out entry, dañ ñëw pour attend to find out what is happening. In that si biir loolu si lañ am xëccoo bi am an incident happen, gunshots si ay tànki soldat. Confrontation am na. One, the operation should exercise bi am na, or operation dang mu noon am is a fact. Two, economic dem nañ attend through not the normal protocols but through an intelligence bu ñu am léegi identify nañ intelligence bi ñu ngee ne another person moo ko joxe. But the serious thing is, how did they know ne the fire service station officer moo joxe intelligence bi? That mooy wane bon am na infiltration bu am somewhere. Intelligence have been leaked. Su nekkee ne moo ko def suñu intelligence have been leaked, that person compromise nañ ko. Then what is the problem here mooy the reports mooy ne, and I make this thing very clear, amuñ problem as Foni. What we have problem is elements yoo xam ne they are with Yaya Jammeh, and we don't have problem with Kanilai. Lu ñu am problem mooy ay elements ñoo xam ne ñu ngi Yaya Jammeh. Apparently ay compounds yoo xam ne, in fact the intelligence are saying ne look mun nañoo dem kër Yaya Jammeh duñ fa fekk dara because of what lu fa nekk mu ngi in certain compounds yoo xam ne there's Gambian soldiers ñoo xam ne they are loyal to Jammeh ñoo nekk di protect loolu. This was the intelligence the economic have. This was the intelligence the economic have. Moo tax ñu dem venture to Kanilai. They didn't go to Kanilai as a normal patrol. You accidentally come onto it. They went Kanilai because they want to go to one place. They did. Then they get that's an activity. And through the video put them on, and they get the information. But that gentleman was the video. They accuse a member of the fire service. It's worrisome. Intelligence leaking. Then miscommunication. Because mom liaison officer, the spokesperson, economic spokesperson, there's a liaison officer, there's a protocol put in place. Economic and the army commander command will be Nenwa. Then the guys doing a problem of economic, they move to places. Or army be the floor then there's a problem in the armed forces, but hamne warning ko address. Lu ñu wax mooy ne nañ leen moytu ñu approach it professionally. Dañ war approach it professionally buñ ëllëg because we already ñoo ne ñu ngi alienate certain soldiers because there's a perception because of the way the army ñu ko runné perception mu ngi am of mistrust within the armed forces. Mistrust among the exists already within the armed forces because of what the dictator did. Because some people are loyal to the dictator during the armed forces. Not all of Nunekon's armed forces, they were loyal to the dictator. But some of these people, some of these people are recent people ñoo xam ne ñu ngi leen reinstate is mu ngi in the conflict because of some of these people ñu reinstate they are people ñoo xam ne they work for the dictator dañ tocco ay nit ñu indi leen mu ngi indi tension there are a lot of tensions yoo xam ne ñu ko create the command didn't work it's never the work léegi this tension is there nañ leen moytu ñu approach li government bi executive bi approach li ñu xool di what is happening to this command buñ eliminate the whole army. We didn't have a whole army problem. We didn't have a Foni problem. We didn't have a Casamas problem. Luñ am mooy leadership failure lañ am from the executive political leadership. We have command failure in the armed forces of the Gambia. Fu mu ne nii ñu ngi bëgg am a compromise situation boo xam ne the economic mission has been compromised. Dañ war a define. Their mandate should be defined. Naka la ñoo amee lan la tax ñu ñëw si dëkk bi lan la tax ñu nekk si dëkk bi dañ ko war define completely it's ne ku déglu this there is something loo xam ne it's not clear and we'll get to it. Ndig lan la tax ma ne it's not clear mooy the armed forces bu ñu am ndax ñun dañ ko paree bàyyi nii rek continue or what are they doing lan tax ñuy waa engage déedéet straight away by now waroon nañoo def lu bari te duñ ko mën a def as individual there are structures yu ñu waroon a teg nuñ ko war a tegee this is da nga need a comprehensive approach boo xam ne di nga am a strategic defense plan lii yëpp dafa am nuñ ko def dafa am ñuñ ko war a def teg ko teg a committee ñoo xam ne day amuñ benn conflict of interest am nañ di experience and am nañ enough Gambians pour def ko loolu lañ war a def suñ ko defut ñu ngi create a problem te with that problem bo ngeen baal ma fa am koy call from Gambia buñ underestimate luy dem on te buñ nangu because of soo leen bàyyi xel this is a sinister thing luy dem on We are not going to say it, army be one the government one in Koham, because they have their intelligence from the need. We have tell them everything. Nick Solen by hell. This is the presence of Ghana, the presence of Nigeria and Ghana. But we have this problem with the Senegalese and Gambian problem. But I'm not new instigate. I'm not new instigate. The game in the Yefi nationalism in this there's nothing like nationalism in this. This is Gambians against the dictator. Senegal, they at the economic, they make behind Gambians against the dictator. But before Kutahaw against the economic, yo danga taitelu, yo danga tahaw for the dictator, because Hamganete is a weakness in security. Hamganete, ñun dañ am economic as our guarantors. So nekene yo danga problem economic dilen oil imperial army at whatever it is, yo danga short-sighted. Because of amga problem with the executive, well, amga problem with the UDP, dominate. That's a problem. Then address the problem politically. But bunjel security be diko chahane. The bunjel security be diko chahane because of what? Certain elements ñu ngi def lo xamne rightut ñu ngi def lo xamne yes mu ngi joxe a little bit of evidence of tribal alignments buñ ko nangu. Then address those people as who they are. Because amut ken ku muna represent ben tribe Gambia. Sa tribe ken mu represent ben tribe Gambia. This is going to affect all of us. Motax nak executive bi buñ nekk fi di naka this is not politics. It is not politics. Na executive bi jóg ñu baña nuba di jema it's not clear xamuñ fuñ taxaw lu ñoo wax mooy ne failure am na te fu mu ne nii it's coming out ne it there's more to it luñ doon ragal actually it's lu mel ni moo nekk dëgga mooy ne am na a group of Gambia Armed Forces soldiers ñoo xam ne du ma leen ooyee soldiers criminals ñoo xam ne they are loyal to the dictator dañ bëgg a déstabiliser dëkk bi ñu ngi suñ biir but am nañ loyal Gambian soldiers buñ nangu ñooñu ñu yóbbuwaale leen because these people are using intelligence to play with people's mind di indi nationalistic issues di indi tribal issues in it moo tax tam the armed forces Gambia armed forces but the executive seen responsibility to make sure ne the armed forces operate the way ñoon ñooy seen boss moo tax mag maa ngee ñaan di ñu dem wax suñ members of parliament ñu dem si parliament bi laajte ñu the army to account or the executive to account ne leen ne ñu solve this problem. We shouldn't have that problem. Amuñ a Fonyi problem. Amuñ a Kanilai problem. What we have mooy a Rogo people in Kanilai. ñu jéem a approach li professional. ñëpp ko approach professionally ñu avoid the security situation. Te ñu xam ne lives are at stake. Ndik suñ ko waxee tam buñ fàtte nag moom buñ demoralize the Gambia army itself dëgg la am na element ñu fa nekk but nañ leen moytu the language we use the executive nañ moytu language we use we have respect for economic they are professionals let's say it that way but am nañ the armed forces is our armed forces duñ jël ñëpp pent leen offer nañ leen génnee moo tax bu ñu ko doon wax nañ leen moytu di jël criminals di ko delloo si armed forces bi ou criminals yu nekk si armed forces bi ou people loyal to Yaya Jammeh di nekk si armed forces bi nañ leen indi professionals ñu def the right thing ñu mën a review armed forces bi delloo ko nu mu war a nekk suñ amee foofu wrong everything would be wrong jarut ñu start try anything else amul dara luy ñu am si réew mi si security bi peace bi lañ ko teg suñ ko amul aci fuñ dara moo tax nag nañ leen génnee politique bi si en sécurité bi nañ leen génne tribal sentiments si sécurité bi nañ leen génne loolu yépp ñu responsible nañ leen jël responsibility nañ leen jël leadership in the diaspora here ñu moytu lu ñoo wax loo xam ne dina yaaxa loo xam ne dina ekkati tension nañ leen moytu ñu ngoy dem with these people di ñu nax ñuy jël nationalistic sentiments di ko teg against economic di ko teg against Sénégal du dëgga it's not about nationalism buñ jël about tribalism dëgga la there's evidence ne the way the army has been command mu ngi bëgg a jël a line boo xam ne it's not right loolu professionalism amu fa nañ leen ko address but pour jël ne it's all ne benn tribe is against another tribe du dëgga they are individuals ñoo xam ne mënuñoo they are not good enough to represent their tribe in fact bon buñ leen dooleel jël those people dooleel leen ne leen ñu ngi represent seen tribe parce que boo ko déedéet let us be sensitive with this The same thing, buñ leen wax ne yëfi fooñi la, this is not about fooñi, this is not about Jola fooñi, this is about criminals yoo xam ne ñoo nekk behind Yaya Jammeh. These are criminals yoo xam ne dañ liggéeyal Yaya Jammeh dañ defal Yaya Jammeh ba nga xam nañ ne beneen government bu ñëw dañoo am problème den buñ leen nangu eliminate the other soldiers ñoo xam ne bokkuñ si buñ leen nangu eliminate the other waa fooñi yoo xam ne bokkuñ si te buñ leen fànn fooñi benn xeeta fa nekk. And Fonyi is part of Gambia. And this is nothing to do with Casamas, nothing to do with rebel Casamas, nothing to do with Casamas, Ninlen Kugene, Bunyan Dolel, these people. Then let us call them for what they are. They are criminals, illegal dictatorship, Bunyan Konang. Ninyan responsible to diaspora, because you get altered leadership on the ground, you get altered leadership in the politicians, you get altered leadership in Boba. You get altered leadership, the armed forces, Ninyan altered leadership in Boba. Information of powerful. Te nañ leen moytu information lu ñoo jël di yóbbu loo xam ne dina yaaxa ëllëg buñ ko def about tribe buñ ko def about region nañ ko def about the criminal he is Gambians against. It's not about nationalism or anything else. ECOMOG dañ am mission te bëgg naa ñu dégg wax bi noonu and ñu make sure ñu approach ko noonu ñu jël suñ members parliament ñu dem taxaw laajte ñu wax a clear define nañu army bi lan lañ see def lan lañ si bëgg lan lañ si naw naka lañ ko def fuñ ko teg kañ lañ koo teg ñan ñoo ko amee lan moo ko amee. We know of certain commanders from ne ni ragal nañoo dem si army barracks from head office we know that la tax ñu ragal a dem because of dañ leen dee challenge because they are compromised we know that senior army commanders of the Gambia Armed Forces ragal nañoo dem si certain barracks ragal nañoo dem Farafenni ragal nañoo dem Bakaw barracks ragal nañoo dem Kanilai ndig lan. And these are the people we entrust to command this thing because they are compromised. ñu ngi leen a challenge amuñ command moo tax buñ leen leeroo be careful ñu bari Yaya mu ngi leen jox rank they are not worth it. Command danga koo aan they didn't earn command. Some of these young soldiers some of these battalion commanders ñu ngi challenge these people xam nañ ne duñ dara. And another thing xam nañ luñ def xam nañ corruption buñ def time Yaya xam nañ luñ liggéeyal Yaya moo tax nag ñu xool ñu bàyyi xel lii bu mu dem out of hand mu ngi build up te bu leen foog ne evidence is everywhere else bu leen foog ne dictateur bi faa toog di ñu seetaan maa ngi leen a ñaan finally ma ne ñaan ñu oote leadership in the diaspora oote leadership si politicians yi ñu oote leadership si armed forces bi. This is not about tribe this is not about Fonyi it's not a Fonyi thing. This is not about Senegal or ECOMIC. This is about criminals. The tribe here, they are loyalists of Yaya Jammeh. These are the people we are against. But doesn't mean there's not a problem in the armed forces. There's a problem in the armed forces. Nako executive be address. We have alerted them before. And ham nenko address. The mungini evidence bu ngi gëna ñun bëggu ñoo ne vindicate nañ ñu ñun dañ ko doon wax pour stop ko. But evidence baa ngi ne di gëna. Fu mu ne ni people that we work with people ñu xam nañ ne before election si sax taxaw nañ pour defy Yaya Jammeh those people tey ñu ngi confused they don't know where they stand. Armed forces bi mu ngi completely paralyzed confused luñ ragal rek something starts to start here. I'll tell you we don't know how to control it because of the fact chaotic social media lañ leen fàttali this time around for social media mu ngi am it's easy to spread a rumor and rumor bi mun naa spark something. It's a great concern. The police force, the whole security apparat, the police force is nekku di dox. So you know what? The police force nekku di dox. There's a failure. Moo tax nag executive bi leadership bi war nañoo jóg ñu xool a comprehensive review bu ñu war a def for the police forces, for the armed forces, security forces yi yëpp dañ ko war a review mooy the first point boo xam ne war nañ ko am right. Thank you very much for listening and hope ne understanding it's a matter of just a measure. It's nothing else. It's concerning more than you rush to come on to alert people. It's to put the pressure to our representative. It's not about to pick on individuals, but to pick on the criminals. You avoid a selective justice. So show me next time. Thank you.